Hey YouTube, what's up? I'm a new creator. My name is Signal. Um, I kind of do this live, so I thought why not do like a video and just have like a YouTube channel to be able to share my work and shit while I also talk about like thoughts that I have. I don't know. I just thought it would be fun. So this is what I'm working on right now. It's gonna say Gutter Academy, and basically it's a poster because I'm gonna be doing events where people can just come to the park, kind of just flock to the park and learn how to make templates for their clothes and like sew by hand. I fucking love sewing by hand. That's all I know how to do. Honestly, I don't even know how to use a machine. Like all you need is some dental floss and like a lighter, and that's it. So if you can get your hands on something like that, like totally bring it. And also I'm gonna be supplying things too. Like I'm getting a bunch of fabric people could use to like make templates for things that they want to make. So yeah, just putting it out there. But also I'm gonna just be working on it while we talk. All right, so kind of I wanted to get into the subject, something I've been thinking about recently. I just have been thinking more recently about what it was like kind of growing up, the experiences I've had, and how they've shaped me. And recently, I've been thinking a lot about like when I was younger, what necessarily like really attracted me to some of my like favorite works of art, like Princess Mononoke. Bro, I could watch that movie like 3 times in a row. That shit is fire, and it's old too. But and I know people are just like, yo, that's unsclop, but Princess Mononoke, that shit is timeless. Okay, it's just like Akira. Akira, everybody is. It's just like mainstream as fuck, and everybody still treats it like it's new because it is an incredible work of art. Don't get me wrong, but like, you know, there's more to life than Akira. There's more art. So I think that the fuck, I kind of lost my train of thought. Wait, hold up. Let me. Fuck. Give me a minute. What was I talking about? Okay, the name of this video is called Sex Symbols and Cartoons. And I was just bringing that up because, yeah, I brought it back around about how, you know, how your experiences shape you and what you make, and like if you're an artist. And I've been thinking a lot about when I was really much younger, how that was like, what attracted me to the screens or like to the art, and it most always was colors. Like, man, Disney had the most vibrant films, and I think that that's kind of like a little hidden secret about Disney is their colors were so vibrant, their landscapes also just well lived in, that people were able to relate to them like a lot. And that's some original artwork from artists who did that shit panel by panel. Um, so of course it was good, yo. Rona, if you never seen Fantasia 2, like yo, that's a classic. Some beautiful animation in that movie. It can't. Not all of it holds up. Like there's this part in it where the mushrooms. There's like a mushroom dance, but it's like to like Chinese music, and then the mushroom caps kind of look like rice field hats, and that shit just like don't fly with me. I mean, it's just kind of funny just looking back, just how much of the early 2000s was so blatantly American, and America is known for its disrespectfulness, especially when it comes to race. So, yeah, just kind of looking back at that stuff. And that being said, we live in a really different environment today. Like, for example, I think you can kind of tell where the culture is from its most popular media, because popular media, this isn't a tested theory, but from what I can observe, just like on the sidelines of life, people are attracted to certain things for certain reasons. And if you can capture what makes something attractive to a mass amount of people, that's kind of like an artist's soul in a way, or what they strive to be. They strive to be the thought or the emotion that was captured when you were having it and the one that you remember. So if your work can be associated with something like that, that's what drives culture, you know? And yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up the name of this video. As I said earlier, it's called Sex Symbols and Culture. And so my first example is gonna be, oh fuck, I'm not even drawing. This is like my first video. I gotta draw at the same time, or else it's not drawing with sig. Anyways, all right, now I'm drawing. Fuck, what do I do? I need a pen. Oh no, I left the cap off. Sometimes it dries out. Okay, we're good. It's not dry. See? Oh, you can't see. Not enough light. What's up? So, yeah, I'm drawing out. It says learn to patch and sew by hand on the flyer. It's the next part of it. Anyways, I'm bringing up memorable characters because of their vibrancy. And at the time, you probably didn't really know it, but as someone who is biologically male for, you know, and still is, like my entire life, I wanted to speak about like these early feelings that some like young men probably was feeling at the time. And a lot of these movies kind of, they have something that I like to call a sex symbol, like, yo, Esmeralda. Esmeralda in Hunchback of Notre Dame, she was painted to be the heroess, the heroine of the movie. I just like saying heroine. The heroine of the movie, and like, yo, she was bad, bro. Anyone that can like hit a cop, get the fuck away with it, and just kind of outsmart everybody. Not only was she like really gorgeous and really and drawn with really beautiful proportions, but also like bro could throw. Okay, Esmeralda could throw. Literally, she threw that helmet and got like 3 in a row. And if you could fuck with cops, you could just like, yo, you got my heart, bro. So yeah, Esmeralda was bad, and that's kind of like one of my first crushes, I would say. And I'm not even embarrassed to say it. Or maybe just like as a kid, just being exposed to such like, I don't know, powerful femininity that it portrayed. Like the shit was like cool before it was cool. It was like a real character who's femme that can fend for herself, and it feels believable and it feels lived in as a character. That's where a lot of these, I think, like newer, like animes and shows, I finish them feeling like empty, and I don't know if it's because like I grew up with other classics, um, other classics that, as I've said, kind of inspired like feelings in me as a little boy that I couldn't really even understand myself. But it was just like this extra electricity about it. And now, just kind of like as an adult, I can look back and say, you know what? As like a little kid, I thought that character was really beautiful, you know? And it doesn't even have to be a feeling that's like sexual. Just like, wow, that character, I almost want to be her. She's better than Beyonce. And Esmeralda really embodied that. The next character that I want to talk about is the Little Mermaid. And I know y'all been like, yo, bro's tripping. Someone get that blunt away from his mouth. Nah, I'm kidding. I had a edible, but actually, it wasn't. It was mouth spaghetti. That's Jesus. Those cans that they sell at the store, cannabis soda. Ooh, ooh wee. Yeah. Um. Anyways, I'm just gonna continue. Um. So the Little Mermaid, when I was a kid, like she was also just so enthralling to me. And the reason that she was enthralling to me was because she was kind of willing to risk everything to change her world, even though everybody told her that it was wrong. And it was literally like the opposite of the air that she breathed, that she chose to kind of like experience another world and run away from the one that she knew. And it was for this guy because she saw him and she fell in love, I guess. And he was different from her, yeah, but I don't know. I guess it was like love at first sight, and that's something that in Disney, that's a reoccurring kind of motif that you see in so many of these movies, and what gives love in a lot of these movies their magical property is like, oh, it's love at first sight. That means it must be the purest form of love, but you know that's often not the case. You don't often see the aftermath of the Beauty and the Beast, for example. Like, bro, I mean, if I was married to the Beast, I love him, but I'd be worried he'd be shooting up a bank soon. Like, uh, and I say that because he had some power. He was strong. He could fucking get away with anything. If I had that kind of power, uh, bye bye is safe. I'm gonna get rich. Like, um, fuck. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Little Mermaid. Um, yeah. So I thought the Little Mermaid was dope because I remember one scene and her belly button was in the scene, and that was probably like the first time I experienced like, wow, that's a very specific feeling for that scene, even as a kid, and and that's kind of how I knew, like, yo, there's something about her belly button. I just can't put my finger on it. It's just something about it, and that's kind of the my experience with Little Mermaid. That's what I'm saying. Like, Little Mermaid made me feel feelings. Uh, and yeah, the villain was also T, Ursula. Damn good villain, bro. Damn good villain. Actually, I got a piece on Ursula. But anyways, that's another topic for another video. Probably would be like the queerification of villains in cartoons as well, because you see that shit all over cartoons. And I'm telling you, like, what we're influenced by as kids. Oh, I gotta say one more, and this is probably the most obvious example of it, but in that movie, The Road to El Dorado, the two main characters are like these two like scraggly white dudes, and then they get to El Dorado, and they're just like, yo, we found the lost city, and they're being treated like gods or whatever, and then they meet the baddest of the baddies. I forget her name, but I remember she had a booty and thick legs. So yeah, that movie probably came out a little bit more like when I was older, but maybe like around 11 or 12. Um, but yeah, another sex symbol that made me feel feelings. That's what I'm saying, yo. these sex symbols kind of show up at times in our lives when why is that in a kid movie, bro? But I mean, I think the Little Mermaid makes sense the most, just given her character and like her society. So I think that's passable. But I mean, why do they never kind of accentuate the male characters? The male characters is always just ass and looks like they're trash, like a Shrek, and we are counting Shrek. Bro is like fucking farting at dinner and shit. Like, if he had to watch, like, bro, if he had to do his laundry, because he's not doing his laundry. If he had to do his laundry every day, fucking 3 tons of laundry, put that shit in the washing machine, waste like $300, kind of be scared to ask them to reimburse you just because, like, they have leverage on you, bro. Where was I? Fuck. I think I'm just gonna, like, draw because I just been talking too much, but. So yeah, sex symbols, they're everywhere. Our childhoods, I don't think we're free of them. But what do you guys think? Do you think that, these icons that we grew up with, do you think that they were inherently kind of sexualized on purpose? Do you think they even were sexualized? Because, I'm just speaking from my own experience of how they made me feel. I know other people have had different experiences and they're different types of people. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that, we were kind of exposed to baddie culture through Disney first? You think that fucking the girl from El Dorado was the original Instagram Instagram model? Like, she could have been, bro. I mean, not that I follow any of them. I am one, bitch.